Coming up on Culture Show, we look at what happened this week. Luke Stevens gives us a tour of his studio. Freedom Toons, how Kamala can still win. And more from Freedom Toons. A Storyteller, there is more to come. A Storyteller announces the future of Cinematum. And drink Giga Milk today. What is Extinction? This and more, only on Culture Show. I'm your host, and this is the Saturday Content Drop Show.
Saturday mornings is fun for us. Enjoy Culture Show. Culture Show. Let's go. Saturday for us. Enjoy Culture Show. Bye. Content drops. Culture Show. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, hello there. I'm Jarv, your host, and this is Content Drop Show. Okay, everybody, thank you for tuning in today. That was all. I'm joking, of course. We got this at negative 1.3, and we might as well turn these all off because they're not working anyway. They're not even loading. They're just completely dead because you can't do anything if whatchamacallit, OBS is running. So that's the thing, I guess. So, everybody, what are we looking at today? What are we reacting to? I gotta make sure that we are looking at the desktop audio at 0.8%. And so, what is the culture show? Well, this is the first episode of the culture show, and we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to go ahead and look at something today. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different pieces of culture that came out this week or sometime in the past that we are highlighting today. You can go and watch now. And you can also watch through here in our reactions. This is more than just a reaction channel. This is the culture show. And I appreciate everyone coming. I know my southern accent kind of went away, but sometimes they'll come back, and that's all right. I'm Job, your host, and this is a culture show. Alright, first thing today, let's hope make sure that this
A little bit different from what I normally would do on this channel. It's a mixture of a sponsored video
yes.
and then also an office tour. I'm going to show you around the studio, explain to you why I use some of the equipment that I use and what the thought process is behind it, because even when I went to Summer Game Fest in early June, I had a lot of creators asking me, what monitors do I use? What cameras do I use? How do I get the lighting the way that it is and all of that? And I figured, you know what? The easiest way to do this is to just show you guys. So that's what we're gonna do here today. And this video is possible because of the sponsor of the video, which is actually responsible for one of the biggest upgrades I've made to the studio in the last however many months. I mean, it's been an actual game changer and life changer, and that's why I accepted their offer to sponsor this video, because I am a true believer. And so before we get to the other gear and equipment in the studio, I do just want to give a shout out and explain a little bit about Herman Miller, the guys behind the chairs I've actually been using in the studio for the last year plus. Little background, I have what's known as a bad back. I just always have. Back when I was in my teen years, went to the doctor and chiropractor because I had scoliosis that has since gotten a bit better, but it's still something I deal with. And so naturally sitting in an uncomfortable chair is just not a great idea for me. And I thought it was just normal to like sit playing video games for an hour and then to just have excruciating pain in like your neck and you have to get up and walk it off or something. I thought that was just what people dealt with when they played games. And then one day I realized, hey, maybe that's not normal and maybe I should get something else done. And so I made the jump into Herman Miller at that point, and I got myself a very nice Herman Miller chair to see if it could actually help my back. And I can attest, it actually did. I was able to work longer without headaches or neck pain or back pain or anything. And it turns out if you actually invest in a quality chair that you're
It paused. Let me just take this off because I don't think that you need this. And we go back. Rumpa dumpa.
for
Yes, he's showing us our tour.
hours and hours on end, you can actually support your back and spine much better, and it really does make a difference. I mean, there's a reason why every doctor, everybody who works with spines or backs recommends that you invest in a nice chair. It's because it does make a difference, and I can attest to that personally. I mean, before any sponsorships, before any collaboration or anything came up, I was using Herman Miller because it actually does have an effect on your quality of life when you're just sitting in your chair. And as a result, when they reached out and offered to become like an official partner with Luke Stevens, I was like, hell yeah, absolutely. And you can see that for yourself because I've been using Herman Miller for at least, like, I think at this point a year is roughly when I upgraded. I think it was back at my last place where I was living before we moved here. I upgraded, and
Phenomenal.
I haven't looked back. I mean, it's made a real difference. And in all of these long videos and all of my live streams, you've seen me using that chair, and it's fantastic. And so when Herman Miller reached out and offered to partner on this and hook me up with their Herman Miller Embody gaming chair, I was like, ooh, baby, let's do it. The Embody chair is tested and approved by ergonomic experts and used by pro gamers and streamers and YouTubers around the world for very good reason. And it's not like any other ergonomic focused office chair. It's actually enhanced specifically for gamers' needs, meaning this chair specifically is built to enable proper movement, support wide-ranging postures from active to upright, even to reclined and relaxed. And it's even designed with an extra layer of copper-infused foam to help dissipate heat off of your back during long gaming sessions. Yeah, you know that thing when you're like sitting in a chair for a long period of time and then your back starts to get really sweaty? Not a problem, because like it actually is designed almost like a chair heat sink to dissipate that heat. It's ridiculous. The Embody chair also features their trademarked back fit adjustment, which automatically conforms to your back's unique shape and movements while you play. It is the industry-leading, top-of-the-market ergonomic chair that also is specifically designed for gamers. So whether you are somebody that sits upright, you can adjust for that.
Right now, this is about reacting and enjoying the head just a little bit to the most
Behind the scenes. And there we are, actually studio, and I'm gonna give you a little tour so you can see kind of how the magic is made. So the first thing you might notice is that the light is a little bit harsher than you might be expecting. There's lights behind me that are normally cropped out of the shots, and that's for good reason, because they cause a lot of lens flares and stuff, and I'm not making a Marvel movie.
You're not making a Marvel movie.
So I don't really need those, but these have all sorts of special lenses and stuff which are designed to focus light here on the chair where I'm sitting. I'm just frankly a perfectionist. I cannot stand unprofessional lighting or cameras and things when we're making YouTube videos for our fans. So I've tried very hard to make investments in my content and what I do, and I've had a lot of creators reach out and ask me kind of how the sausage is made because they want to make those upgrades themselves. And really, at the end of the day, it's aperture lights, which you can see all around the studio. They all hook up to a Sidus Link app is what it's called, and then you can control light levels independently, color temperatures independently, and synchronize it all up to get it looking the way you want very, very easily. Only thing is, they get really hot. Most of these lights have little like heat spreaders inside of them. They even have fans inside the lights themselves because they generate so much heat, especially like that big guy right there. So it gets really toasty. That's why I have a little AC unit there, and pretty much in between filming anything or streaming, I am turning that on to cool the temperature down in here, because the one vent I have on the ceiling just can't really keep up. I can't run that while I'm filming or playing games though, because it trips the breaker and then all of the power goes out for this part of the house. So first world problems, but that's why it tends to get a little toasty in here. Beyond the lights, the camera itself is actually a relatively recent.
We don't need that. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna go back as soon as I can. Oh boy, 10K, 4K, 8K, 2K, 43 seconds later, K. Oh boys, we've got that fancy tech too. You know we got that there, son. We got such fancy tech, we have to play 4080p.
It's an upgrade. It is an FX30 as you can see on the top of the camera there. And that is a Sony camera. It does 4K, it does 4K 60. It works wonders, and I also can't recommend that one enough. Phenomenal camera, tracks eyes for autofocus. It's just phenomenal and fantastic. I love that thing. The problem though is that 4K 60 is not something that's supported by 99% of capture cards. Actually, they'll do 4K 30, but 4K 60 is pretty new. And even if they do support it, there's often a lot of latency. The way I've gotten it working is by putting a special, it's called a Blackmagic capture card. That capture card's really cool. It does 4K 60 up to 4 sources, so I can have all of the cameras hooked up to it, and it just works. It's a ridiculously expensive capture card, but if you're trying to make big upgrades into your setup and you're going to spend a lot of money on a nice camera, it just kind of follows that you invest into that equipment as well. Naturally, because I mentioned different computers, you can see I have two actually set.
Little phone camera? I don't think anybody's going to watch that in 2028 or right now. I gotta record my screen because my cameras are all ship on a boat, ship on a sea.
Big old streaming PC. This is actually my old gaming PC, and then I have the gaming PC that you can usually see in videos as well. And they both are powerhouses. One is for playing games, and this monitor does all of that, and that all runs through a capture card, the brand new Elgato X whatever, and that goes to the streaming PC. And the idea behind that is just that if the gaming PC is playing a game and the game crashes, the stream can still keep going, or you know, the video recording for the video will keep going, and not everything will be lost. You know, hopefully that wouldn't ever be a concern, but when we were making that Starfield critique, it actually was a big problem, because a lot of the time when I would play that game, when the game crashed, it didn't just crash the game, it crashed the whole computer all at the same time, which normally if we were trying to record on the same PC would lead to corrupted footage and all sorts of stuff. Having a separate PC capture it allows me to still tell those stories and show you the footage of it crashing without having to just be like, it crashed, but it corrupted the video, so trust me, bro, like I can actually show it to you. Beyond that, computer, all at PC. And the idea behind that is just that if the gaming different computers, you can see I have two actually set up. I have a big old streaming PC. This is actually my old gaming PC, and then I have the gaming PC that you can usually see in videos as well. And they both are powerhouses. One is for playing games, and this monitor does all of that, and that all runs through a capture card, the brand new Elgato X whatever.
I'll run through a capture card instead of just going straight to the computer, huh?
And that goes to the streaming PC. And the idea behind that is just that if the gaming PC is playing a game and the game crashes, the stream can still keep going, or, you know,
I heard of people just doing it with two PCs, but I used to use a capture card on so I could record place Xbox or something.
Honestly, it's all so small you wouldn't really be able to see it even if I did show it in frame. But what's inside here are all of my Warhammer
we're not problems. All right.
Hammer minis and stuff. So my 1000.
Boy, you want me to take you outside up this? Alrighty.
Sons, Magnus and his troop. We have the Necrons. We have some assorted chaos stuff, changelings and land raiders. I have over here my chaos demons. These guys are fun. I just like this guy, the
You guys tell me, which is your favorite monster beast? Yeah. Well, we might just mix it up now. What we have here next is, mind you, by the way, I'll be probably putting the links for all these videos in the description, so you can watch them all by yourself if you want to. The next piece, in fact, this is what we do, Control C, and then we can put it in. The next piece is from the Freedom Toons network. So we're going to set this to 480p because we're just reacting, and hopefully we won't be copy struck by the Freedom Toons. Let's go with this, boy.
Welcome back, I'm Dr. Mac. After a decline in the polls, Team Kamala is sparing no time trying to get those swing state votes, with a new strategy that's allowing Kamala to host rallies in Pennsylvania, Georgia, and North Carolina all at once.
Is that possible? Let's try this without the earbuds, yeah? Shh, boy. Go down over there.
The Kamalatronic.
I was raised in a middle-class family. Our lawns were very important to us. I'm speaking.
Kamala, we love you.
I was raised in a middle-class family. Our lawns were very important to us.
Man, it was just like seeing the real thing. Oh, this is my third Kamala rally this week, and I've got to say it's the best one I've been to.
I can confidently say this was her best rally yet, and I go to these for a living.
And the Kamalatronic doesn't just do rallies, she also does interviews.
Kamala, what's your plan for America?
I was raised in a middle-class family. Our lawns were very important to us.
It's even allowing her to finally visit the border. The Kamalatronic boasts 5 automated responses and 3 theater kid gestures. And even campaign staffers are struggling to tell it apart from the real thing.
I've been working with Kamala every day for the last 2 months, and it's uncanny. It's like I'm seeing double.
Oh, that's remarkable. I couldn't tell the two apart for a week and a half. It started making decisions for the campaign. They were better.
Truly incredible. Here with us, we have the creator of the Kamalatron to discuss it. Would you mind telling us a bit more about your controversial creation?
Mac, the Kamalatron is a very powerful piece of technology. This is the kind of machinery that could sway an election.
It's being rumored that it even outperformed Kamala herself on a verbal IQ test.
Indeed it did.
Incredible. And I've read that the Kamalatronic even smells like the vice president.
Yes, that was very important to President Biden.
And how is the Trump campaign responding to this?
Well, Kamalatron is certainly giving him a run for his money, but Trump has a few tricks up his own sleeve. With the Trumpogram, he's famously using to campaign in multiple places at once.
Kamala Harris, yourself. I saw her do it. You'll just keep this up and you'll have no ammo left for the Civil War.
Yes, well, it appears the arms race has begun, with the Harris campaign aiming to keep its technological lead, with the Kamalatronic Model 7 scheduled to be released in just 4 days. It boasts 7 automated responses and functions without the pull string.
Yes, that's the tentative release date, but we're hoping it will be around then.
4 days? What's the holdup?
Mrs. Harris, the line is, you didn't fall from a coconut tree. You've said it before. I just need one clear take.
Okay. You didn't fall from...
Okay, take 729.
Well, the reality is that Kamala voters simply don't need 7 responses. They're more than satisfied with the 5, and so it may be a waste of resources. In fact, in order to demonstrate, I've bought...
Oh my gosh, Madam Vice President,
No, don't be deceived. This is simply a Kamalatronic.
I was raised in a middle-class family.
Incredible. I can ask it anything?
Of course, it's not like it's really her.
Kamalatron, why can't you fix any of the things you've promised to fix, given you're basically the acting president anyway?
Wait, this can't be happening. The robot isn't programmed to even be able to understand me. Oh no!
What?
I brought the wrong one! No, it's her! It's her! I brought her!
What?
No, it's her! I brought her!
What?
No, it's her! I brought her!
What?
Real quick, and we'll be right back to the culture show. All right. I hope you had a chance to get a pee or a break. Now we are coming back to the culture show. Here. There is more to come. Let's listen to a storyteller. First, I gotta make sure that the sound is working. Alrighty.
Hello, I am a storyteller. A person once said, "It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation." While everyone else using AI to feed the algorithms for mindless post-sentience human drone swipe consumption, recreating stories and old tales that they did not make poorly, I might add. For minute-and-a-half clips, using techniques they learned in a few minutes, and asking AI to recreate everything in some style or genre they did not perfect, perhaps a cinema look of a time. Way before they were born, quantity over quality, never mind story, never mind action, or world building, never mind original thought. Here at Imagine Unknown, I am working with Jarv Entertainment to bring you, the passionate, authentic sci-fi enthusiast, something new, and without further ado, we bring you this. For the first time in human history, we can finally make legendary sci-fi cinematum together. Come with me and click on the link below.
Imagine unknown.
Oh boy, that was pretty something else, wasn't it? Now, what is this? Let's make sure that we go ahead and watch it real quick.
What is it? It's Giga Milk! The only milk with 84 grams of protein per serving! It's not fair! It's proteins! Giga Milk! Drink hard! Be harder! Proteins!
I'll copy that in the queue too. And we got one thing left for this Saturday morning. And we are going to go ahead and recommend it instead of watching it. It is a little bit more older themes, but I'm pretty sure it's still 13 plus. It is called Extinction. It is from Exodus 1 on rumble.com/Exodus1. This is the last piece of content, and we are going to be playing the outro soon. This is a short first episode to see if there's anyone interested. Come back next week to see there'll be even more, I'm sure. And we're going to have everything in the description and so much more to come. There is so much more to come. Thank you for joining us. This was a culture show.